Jones with me, Leigh. I have been waiting a bit to do this next episode of Road to 60th and Beyond, the show where I discuss the 60th and the future of Doctor Who. It's going to be a bit of a fun one because there was a trailer we can talk about, yes. Plus there's some latest news you might want to hear me talk about. Let's begin. So the latest news is they have finished filming series 14 and they have been doing some pickups. One of the pickups was for the Christmas special, which will be coming out in December, and Millie Gibson's been on set and been filming. Shuigawa hasn't, but he has had his doubles takeaways, and guess what, we've seen another outfit for him. This time he's wearing a kilt. A kilt! Oh my! I'm just so happy that there's going to be Scottish representation. Shuigawa, of course, is from Scotland, and I think it's going to make interesting fun. We have had, look at Tom Baker, he wore a Tamil shirt back in Terror of the Zegons. That was set in Scotland. It's going to be interesting to see what is next. I'm really doing a thing on set. Love it. Also, let's talk about sonic screwdrivers. If you haven't been aware, they did reveal the sonic screwdriver for 14. And it's definitely one of the most different ones I've seen. It's a mixture of old Sonics from 12 to 11 and to 10's old one, and it's going to be one of those things that I think has that nostalgia but also is still very Sonic-y, and I actually like it for what it is, and I still love it now thinking about it. Let's talk about some casting news. If you haven't seen Doctor Who magazine, of course, they've been obviously releasing casting news for the series. Bonnie Langford, of course, she's going to be in the 14th series. She's making a return following Janet Fields and Sophie Elwood. I talked about it in the last episode. But Kate Stewart, Gemma Redgrave, is not only going to be in series 14, but she is going to be in the 60th. And they've confirmed Neil Patrick Harris as, of course, the Celestial Toymaker. And it is definitely going to be an interesting one. He's not, don't credit him the Celestial Toymaker, just say he's the Toymaker. So I think we're all assuming he is the Celestial Toymaker. And he's built for this role. He is a master of this role, and Neil knows what he's doing. So let's have a look at the newcomers. So confirmed to be in the Christmas special is Gemma Arrowsmith, and she obviously is one of writing Tracy Ullman's show, and of course Dave Gorman's Modern Life is God, and she has a repertoire of comedies. Now this is special. Mary Malone, once again we have another trans representation, trans actress in the show. I am so excited. And Mary Malone is definitely going to be joining Yasmin Finney, and of course Pete Mahale, and it's a big win for trans rep this of course decade, and I'm just excited to see what Mary can do. She has been in Vera, of course, and of course The Prince. And next year we'll have Billy Brayshaw, who may be one of the players in Still So Awkward, which is a series she show. And finally, Messiah Jody, who is well known for playing Jester in Hollyoaks, but he was credited as Luke Jody. And of course, Phil Coulson has said, the cast for our end of year specials continue to grow. there was still some names we haven't announced yet. So this was before, obviously, the trailer. But it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. Let's talk about Ncuti Gatwa, of course. I want to focus in for a bit because, obviously, I just can't wait for him. In real life, he really sounds like a very nice guy. And as I said, I think him as Eric Affion, whoa, love him. Love him. And reading Ncuti Gatwa's interview, I felt like there's potential here, and I was like, I'm glad that he's taking some of what he's experienced and making it into what Doc's experience to make it into a great storytelling point of view, and I like it when actors do that. Also Mia Gibson's looking strong as well, I think. But I'm very excited because I just haven't seen. I have seen pictures of Vincent, but I haven't seen the videos. So, from what I'm hearing, and I'm not going to spoil anything because I don't know how accurate these are, but there are some interesting news for Millie's character, and Ruby looks like she could be one of the ones who could actually add to an old story arc. May have finished recently, but like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything of it, but I'm excited. Let's talk about, of course, the 60th, because I want to talk about this for you guys. So I've seen the trailer. Apart from that slapping moment, which I will say, I don't get what the deal is. I thought they would stop it, but obviously they haven't learned a lesson, and we still have to deal with it. But I can understand from what people are saying on the defensive part, but you can do better than use that for defensive. You could just say, "How dare you!" Or look at what Jackie Tyler did in Love and Monsters. That was better, and that's what I think should be more legitimate and good performance from Kamal Kaduri there. Love Jackie. Let's talk about, of course, the trailer. Tennant, I think he's starting to prove some points here. I really think he is, and good for him, because I know I give him a hard time, but he's delivering what he needs to do. I think, to be fair, I think he might be one of the best parts of the special, in my personal opinion. Whatever it is, some of the theories haven't been filming with excitement, some theories have, but you know what? I want him to do well, and I want him to be just as good as he has as Hyung in a sub, because he is one of the best parts of that. I'll do that impression again. This isn't terrible. He's a legend there, and I think he can do the same here. But we'll talk a bit more about him in a bit. Also in trailer we have Catherine Tate, once again emotional, love. And then we've got Neil Patrick Harris, of course, and I'm a bit, I'm not sure about that. But then again, it's still early days. We still need to see the story. Jacqueline King, Yasmin Finney, Mariam Magdalene's vocals has beaten me. I've saying this, and I'll say this again. He's got competition. And I can tell you who is that. Ding Grogu. Yes. Or maybe that Love Cat. Or the naughty from Ahsoka. Oh, they're so cute. Bute's got competition in the cuteness. But we all know he's evil anyway, so he is going to probably be that evil little thing. But I love the landscape as well. But you know what? We're going to get to that. If you want to see me speak more on the trailer, I'll let my 5-minute chat on Lisa do the talking for you. So please check that out. So let's go back to David, of course. David is what I like to call a talent. And like I've said with Hyung, he needs to come up with something special as 14, because David lacks something that I see from him when he voices Hyung. Hyung has an emotional connection. He has all the abilities that I don't see in David's Doctors. Because I feel like with the shows I've been watching recently, there've been some fantastic performances. And yes, and there is a market for a male lead. I mean, Din Djarin, voiced and played by Pascal, never had his head showed but Pedro still managed to pull off an amazing performance along with Leigh Craddock and Brendan Wayne. Yeah, I think when you look at facial expressions, I think David has nothing to be proud of. He is basically the only one out there, and I think, yes, I know there's Tom Hiddleston as Loki, but in his repertoire, in the Doctor of Child, that's where he can slay and do his thing. I think with Captain Tay, I feel like with Donna, I'm like, I love her. I've said this before. They're the best part of Russell 1. Russell Series 1. If there was a team I loved, it was them. I am a bit concerned about certain aspects, but you know what? I actually love her as a character. But yeah, I'm kind of like, I'll see where this goes. And it's the same with Neil Patrick Harris, Jim Redgrave, Jack Linking. I'll see where it goes. I actually love the unit building, because obviously units return. But be interesting because there's so many theories towards that, and I want to talk about how good it looks. And I think I do kind of see Avengers significance in some ways. I always talk about Yasmin Finney, cause I mean we haven't really seen much of her. We haven't really seen her, but I think adding Mary and adding Pete to this, I feel like with transfer, I really see it on shows, and I'm glad that Doctor Who's doing it, because I feel like it kind of allows me to look at all this talent and where I haven't really seen before, and I just love seeing different communities on the show, and I feel like Yasmin and Pete and Josh will bring a freshness, a new perspective for me. And I've been reading books that don't normally come in my webtoon myself, but I've been trying to read books from other communities. So I feel for me it's more a new perspective on life for me, and that's why I feel transcript is really important, and especially in the show where everyone's inclusive, and we've had a lot of LGBT representation in Ravel. Anyway, I wouldn't say a lot, but we've had a fair bit of representation from the LGBT community. So I'm excited. I just think Doctor Who is looking good, but I feel for me what's gonna bring everything together is the performance on the viewing day. And I think, yeah, they're doing quite well. I mean, I gotta say, in July when they released the pictures of 14 and 15, Donna and Ruby, and then also the Sonic, I was so hyped there, and I just felt that hype there, and I want that back, but I want the hype on during and after broadcast, and I feel like that's gonna be very, very cool when it comes. That's it for the 5th episode of Road to 60th and beyond. I hope you have enjoyed hearing my thoughts and hearing some of the latest news. Please get in touch with me on @FastWin22 on X and on Facebook, and even on Instagram and Threads, for the latest news and any teasers I might give. Also go to Leicester for my 5-minute chat on the 60th trial. I'll explain it more in detail, so please check that out. I'm going to bring a bit more content as soon as I can. Once Ahsoka is finished, I'm going to focus more on Doctor Who stuff. Hopefully you'll be seeing more of that. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to be in touch with all the content I do. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next podcast. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Phasma and Jareds and stay tuned for more podcasts. See ya!